Hey everybody, I'm Farmer TJ, and today we're going to be talking about two badges that you can earn, which are Recipe Wrangler and Food Critic. But firstly, we're going to be talking about Recipe Wrangler, which is, if you want to know how to get the badge, here are the objectives to achieve that badge. Learn how to read a recipe to distinguish between the list of ingredients and instructions, determine materials needed, and understand the sequence or flow of the recipe. Today we're going to be using my recipe, which is my own stir fry that I came up with. And let's get started. First, we need to grab our recipe. Oh wait, this is too small. Much better. Now let's hang our recipe up so that we can read through it together. Now that we have our recipe listed on the board, we can go over our first objective to earning Recipe Wrangler, which is distinguish between the list of ingredients and instructions. Here we have a list of our ingredients, which is one half is split up into the food and the other half is the sauce, which is my own personal sauce that I created from scratch. And our instructions are listed below. Firstly, we have 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, half a pound of kale chopped, half a head of cauliflower chopped, 2 cups broccolini chopped, 1 cup of turnips chopped, 1 cup of sugar snap peas whole, 1 onion diced, and then for the sauce, we have 1/4 cup of water, half a cup of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of ginger, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Now let's move on to our instructions. Firstly, we need to prepare/chop and dice all our vegetables and set them aside. Combine the ingredients for the sauce, except for the cornstarch, in a bowl. Mix well, then add cornstarch. Stir until combined. Let's let that set aside. And then thirdly, we have heat the sesame oil in wok or skillet over medium heat. Add vegetables to oil and cook 3 to 5 minutes, stirring constantly to prevent burning. Fourth, stir in sauce and bring to a simmer for maybe a minute or two until vegetables are tender. Serve on its own over rice and enjoy. Now let's get started on our second objective, which is to determine the materials that we need. Firstly, we need our knife to cut, and we also need our cutting board and our measuring spoons to measure. Our measuring cups, one is for the sauce and the other is for the vegetables. And then according to my instructions, we need 2 bowls, which is 1 for the sauce and 1 for the veggies. And we also need a skillet, which is here, and 2 spoons to a spatula and a spoon to serve with. Pro tip, here at the farm we like to compost, so I have here a bowl that I can use to put my food scraps in to compost them. All right, let's kick it into our third objective, which is to understand the sequence or flow of a recipe. And I know that we've already read over the recipe once, so our first step is to grab some hand sanitizer. Okay, secondly, we're gonna grab our knife and we're gonna prepare and chop all of our vegetables. Pro tip, make sure to always keep your cutting board clear by putting your vegetables into the bowl as you're done cutting, as to keep yourself safe. And with that, we're all done, and it's time to try to stir fry. But before I try to stir fry, we have to go over the Food Critic badge and our objectives to earn the Food Critic badge. And firstly, we need to learn how to be a food critic by using descriptive language to describe the experience, using words such as sweet, it was salty, it was crunchy. And secondly, adjusting the recipe to your own personal preference, which would be like maybe it is too salty, maybe adding a little less salt, or maybe you want it to be sweeter, so you add more honey into the sauce itself. Or maybe you want to just flip out, switch turnips for carrots. But with that being said, let's try to stir fry. I love the stir fry. The cauliflower is very crunchy, and the sugar snap peas are very sweet. The honey also brings out the sweetness in the sauce. But one thing that I would add to it would be maybe like chicken or probably beef. That's what I do at home when I make the stir fry, and it makes it taste a whole lot better, especially with the honey and the chicken mixing together. It tastes really good. The recipe is on our blog. Tag Jones Valley Teacher Farm if you want to become a food critic and a recipe wrangler. But I'm Farmer TJ, and I'm out.